So this is a 60-minute mind and body balance class. So this is to work on the balance within ourselves and the balance that we believe that we have in our bodies as well. Because balance is just so much more than strength in the arms and legs. Balance comes from really grounding ourselves in stillness, and it comes from our breathing as well. So firstly, is everybody feeling okay? I know that a lot of people have just had a big slice of bread and some soup, so no injuries, nothing that you need to make me aware of. Just to let you know, at any point, if you need to come down into a child pose, that's fine. If you're in the middle of a vinyasa, instead of going into downward dog, you can always come down into child's pose. And it's always okay to put your foot down or use the wall for grounding or support as well. So I'll show you some modifications, but just do what feels right for you today, because it's a personal journey for everybody. So I'd like us to start in Asana, so that's child's pose. So if we can just kneel on the mat and then paddle the hands forward, forehead to the mat if we can, or we can put the knees down and just breathe in easy in this position. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, opening the tummy, and exhaling. Inhaling, noticing how the body feels, any tensions, and then exhaling, breathing in away. One more inhale, and then exhaling. Then we're going to paddle the right hand over to the right hand side of the mat and place the left hand on top. Now the right sit bone is going to try and sit on the right heel as we inhale, and then exhale gently down into that stretch. Inhaling, expanding the stomach, and then exhale, breathing easy. On our next inhale, we're going to gently paddle the hands over to the other side of the mat, placing the right hand on top of the left hand. The left sit bone moves down to the left heel. Inhaling, expanding the stomach, and exhaling. Resting down. Notice any differences. Noticing what feels good. One more inhale. Another exhale. And we're gently paddling our hands back into child's pose. And then on the next inhale, we're just going to come up to a comfortable seated position. Now, we're going to do a breathing technique, and it's called Nadi Shodhana. So it's a purification. So it's about moving our energy equally all the way through the body and the chakras. So this is the Vishnu mudra. So what we do is we use the thumb and we use the fourth finger. And what we do is we create a seal with our thumb and the fourth finger of the right hand. So what we do is we inhale, we bring the thumb to the right nostril, and then we exhale Rachaka. When the lungs are empty, we inhale through the left. When the lungs are full, we apply the fourth finger to the nostril and exhale Rachaka through the right. Slow and steady. When the lungs are empty, we inhale Paraka. And we alternate this. For 10 slow and steady breaths. So when you're on time, we're going to do 10 rounds. So we're inhaling, sealing, exhaling, inhaling, making that seal, and then exhaling in your own time. Slow and steady, slow as possible. Filling the chakras with that energy. Even the balance between the right and left hand sides of the body. And on that 10th round, just waiting and breathing easy. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into child's pose. And then into our first gentle downward dog. Still breathing easy. 5 gentle breaths. Paddling the feet. Gripping the mat. Shoulders wide. On that 5th breath, what we're going to do is we're going to bend into the legs. We're going to go onto our tiptoes and step in at the foot's length. Staying here, trying to keep the back straight. And again, we're going to bend the leg quite a lot. We can move the leg quite a lot. Going onto our tiptoes. And then moving it. And again, we're going to bend the legs onto the tiptoes. And then stepping in, grounding the feet, and then coming in to a forward bend. Holding the elbows, and just go floppy. Inhaling and exhaling, coming into mountain pose in your own time. Now what I'd like you to do, if it's okay, is if you come to the front of your mat, if it's okay, if you feel okay with that, I'd like you to close your eyes. So, keeping your eyes closed if you can. I want you to ground your feet into the earth. Spread your toes, breathing easy, and ground the soles of the feet into the earth. press them down and draw energy up from the ground, up through the legs, keeping them strong and straight. I want you to imagine that energy moving up the legs into the bandhas. And here, what I'd like you to do is engage that Mula Bandha now, that root. I want you to slightly engage the next bandha, the Uddiyana bandha, and keep that stomach nice and strong, that strong abdomen. So the feet are grounded, the energy's moving up, the bandhas are engaged. And now what I want you to do is focus on the breathing. Slightly close the back of the throat now and think about that ocean breath. Breathing in, lovely, and breathing out. We've got that energy drawing up from the ground. The bandhas are engaged, and we should have that beautiful ocean breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And now what I'd like you to do in your own time is start to think about your eyes and open your eyes. Let your gaze go forward, and I'd like you to find a spot around eye level. Let the drishti go to a spot and look at that one thing. Breathing in and up. Look at that spot and contemplate it. What is it? What's behind it? Is it anything at all? But let your mind go to that spot. Now think about the breath, the energy moving up through those strong legs. Think about that strong core and think about that spot, that drishti. We will come to that spot later. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into some sun salutes. So what I'd like us to do, if it's okay with you, is we're going to do one together, and then I'm going to invite you to do it at your own speed, and we'll meet in the last downward dog. But what I'd like you to do, if you feel comfortable, is invite you to close your eyes, if you'd like to do part of it with your eyes closed. So we're going to do 3 in total, okay? So standing at the front of the mat, really thinking about the energy, the bandhas, and the breath. So inhaling, reaching around the room, looking up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising. Exhale, moving back into your chosen chaturanga. Knees down for chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog for 5 breaths. Imagine your hands now gripping the mat and drawing the energy up from the earth, up through the arms, through that nice straight back. Inhaling, activating that Ujjayi breath and those bandhas and that Chalahandra bandhana. When you're ready, walk, step, or jump. Half rise, forward fold, hands around the room, back up, and back into mountain pose. So please do your own 2 in your own time, and we'll meet in the downward dog. Now maybe try and close your eyes if you haven't done so already. lovely. Beautiful jelly breath, ocean wave. Finding that rest in a downward dog. We're going down into child's pose if you need to. Beautiful, the jelly breath. When we're ready, we're going to walk, step, or jump, and lead back in mountain pose. Now we're going to do 2 salute B's, but we're going to move up into Asana. So we're going to start in chair pose. So when we're ready, we're reaching up and sitting back. Hands around the room, exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, right leg back first, then left leg back. Full chaturanga or knees down. Cobra or upward dog. And then rolling on the toes. Coming up into downward dog for 1 breath. Reaching the right leg up, bending the leg, stepping the hands through into a strong warrior 1. Looking up, hands apart or together. And then we're going to go back down. Full chaturanga or knees down. Cobra or upward dog. Rolling over, downward dog for 1 breath. Lifting the left leg up, bending, stepping through, and then up into a strong warrior 1 for 1 breath. Back down into chaturanga or knees down. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. Exhaling into downward dog for 5. Walk, step or jump. Inhaling, rising. Exhaling, forward fold. Hands around the room. And then hands back down. So what we're now going to do is we're going to reach up to the sky with the 2 first fingers. And we're going to slowly pivot with the hands. Put down Asana and grab the big toes. Now, if the stomach doesn't meet the thighs, that's okay, we can bend the leg. So we're inhaling, extending the spine and the crown, and exhaling, folding forward. Thinking about that J breath, thinking about the bandhas, thinking about grounding the soles of the feet onto the floor. Inhaling, extending, and exhaling, moving down. 1 more time, inhaling, really extending, and then exhaling, moving down, keeping the shoulders wide and flopping. Now on the inhale, we're going to put our hands to our hips and half rise. And then exhaling, we're going to take our hands and place them under the feet so the toes meet the wrists. We're keeping the arms floppy, inhaling and exhaling, folding forward, making sure that the soles are equally distributed on the floor. Inhaling, lengthen the spine, bend the knees if you need to, and then exhaling again. Beautiful. 1 more time, inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. Then the hands on the hips and then breathing out. Coming into mountain pose. Now we're going to do a balance now. So this is Petita, Hasta Asana. Now, there are different modifications, but what I want you to do is think about that drishti, think about that energy through the leg, think about that abdomen, and at that focus point, and because that's where the balance comes from. Now, it's not about putting your leg as high as you can, so you take it in your own modification, but it's just about that balance to begin with, okay? So we're going to do A first. So grounding the feet on the floor, grounding the toes, feeling that energy move up the leg, keeping that leg strong and straight, keeping the bandhas straight, and now the drishti goes forward. We look at the drishti, we think about that spot and try and contemplate it. Think about the powerful leg, think about the bandhas, and then start to hold the knee. Inhaling and exhaling. Now if we can put the hand on the hip, and then we can start to hold on to the toe. Inhaling, power in the leg, strengthen the bandhas, and focus in the drishti. And then exhaling, we can start to move the leg forward if we can. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking the leg back if we need to, keeping it there if we want to. And then we can also move the body forward if we have that length. Straightening the leg if we can. 2 more breaths on this side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and move the leg out to the side, strengthen the leg, strengthen the bandhas and the drishti, and the leg goes out. If we want to extend that, the drishti can go out to the left hand side, or we can stay where we are. 2 more breaths. And then coming back to centre. If we can, we stick the leg out, holding it up, higher, tensing the thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. So we're going to do this on the other side. Well done. So grounding that right foot, spreading the toes, thinking about that energy and that strong leg, bandhas and the drishti. We can stay here if we like, or we can bring the toes, the 2 fingers to the big toes, and then we can extend forward, focusing on that one point, focusing on the core of the leg. 2 more breaths here. We can bend over if we want to extend that, or stay where we are, and then the leg goes out to the side. The drishti can go over to the right hand side if we want to challenge ourselves. One more breath. And then the foot goes out, if you can, without putting it on the floor, don't worry if it goes there. And then really tense that thigh for 5, holding the bandhas tight. 4, 3, 2, 1, and wiggle the legs. Well done. I'm just going to move up to the side, and then forward fold. Inhaling, half rise. Exhaling, back into full chaturanga or knees down. Moving up into cobra or upward dog, and then back into child's pose. Just taking a few easy breaths here. And then when you're ready, in your own time, just come down to a seated position. So we're going to do Asana. So what we're going to do is we are going to put the front leg out straight. I'm going to bring the right foot up to the left thigh, keeping the hips nice and straight. Inhaling, reaching up, and then exhaling, folding forward. So we're inhaling, extending the spine and the crown, and then we're exhaling, hinging at the hip. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling and then exhaling. Nice, beautiful. And then when you're ready, we're going to swap over. Extend the right leg, bring the left leg in. Inhaling, reaching up. And then exhaling, folding forward. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling, lengthening the spine and the crown. Exhaling, drishti comes towards the toes. And then we're going to bring the legs in. And we are going to bring the left leg in. Keep the right leg up. Reaching up towards the ceiling. Moving forward. And then trying to bind around the back. So the shoulder, try and open the shoulders. Try and roll that shoulder back. Focus more on widening the chest and widening the heart. And opening up those shoulders. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, moving down into that stretching of leg. Inhaling, opening the heart. And then exhaling, moving down. One more time, inhaling. Gorgeous. And then exhaling, moving down. When you're ready on the inhale, swap the legs over so the right leg comes in, the left leg comes up. We can place that foot behind that front leg if we want to. So we're inhaling, reaching up, and then moving around and trying to bind. Opening the shoulders. If our hands don't make, that's okay today. Inhaling, opening up, straightening, opening heart. Exhaling, folding down. 2 more breaths, inhaling, and then exhaling. When you're ready, we're going to place the hands in front of us, and then we're going to come back into downward dog. Moving forward into a high plank. Full chaturanga or knees down. Inhaling, cobra or upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog for 1 breath. And then walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat and sit down. Now, we think we've got time for 2. So we're going to do kind of a balance, but our glutes are the place that we balance from rather than our feet this time. So we're going to try and keep our back straight. And what we're going to do is try and take both feet. So we're here to begin with. So we can stay here and we can just making sure that the banders are straight. Now if you feel that this is okay, we can start to lengthen the feet on both sides. And then if we want to go further, we can try and create that upside down triangle shape. So in your own time today, making sure you engage the banders, keeping the breath strong. Gorgeous. Lovely. Keeping the banders straight. 2 more breaths here. You can alternate the legs if we want to today. And then when we're ready, coming down. So in your own time, we're just going to go back, jump or step into a high plank, full chaturanga, or half, knees down, back into downward dog for 1 breath, and then walk, step, or jump back, and then sitting down. So we're going to do an inversion. We'll take it to wherever you want to go today. So we're going to do 3 modifications of a handstand. It doesn't mean that you have to go into a handstand today. We can work on various things. So the first adaptation will be, we make a nice triangular shape with our forearms. And if we don't want any pressure on the neck today, if anybody's got any neck problems or don't feel they want to go there today, we just lift up. So we're focusing on the strength in the arms in this position, trying to keep the band disengaged and keeping that nice straight spine. If we want to go a little bit further, we can place the hands down and then just focus on building that strength, because ultimately we should be able to take the head away in handstand. And then if we want to go in full handstand, I'll try with you in a moment, we can go up gently, but making sure we go at our own pace. And if anybody just wants to come down, we'll meet here at the end, okay? So when you're ready, in your own time, take your modification, take your handstand to where you want to go. If you do go into handstand, try and keep it there for as many breaths as you can, and then maybe come down and then try one more time, okay? Thinking about that drishti, thinking about engaging the core. And breathe. Beautiful. Taking the weight on the forearms, if you're up in that handstand, to alleviate that pressure on the crown, engaging the banders. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, if you just come back into a chance pose, the forearms in front of you or down by the side, and it's quite nice to rest the ear into the ground and alternate, just to alleviate any pressure on the neck, and just breathing easy here for a moment. Now when we're ready, we can gently paddle the hands back up into a kneeling position, and then when we're ready, we'll come back down into a quick bridge, just to take the pressure off the back, so the feet aren't touching, but we come up to the glutes, hands down by the side, and then what we're going to do is vertebra by vertebra, we're going to just gently roll the spine off the mat into that nice bridge position, linking the hands. We want a little bit more, imagining there's a block in between the knees, really tightening those glutes, tightening those quads, building that strength. 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, placing the hands down to the sides and then rolling back, vertebra by vertebra to the ground. Placing the legs out straight. We're going to hug right knee into the right chest, and then we're going to move that over and roll that leg over to meet the ground in that supine twist. The right arm is going to go out to the opposite side and the gaze will follow. Trying to get that knee to the floor, but it's okay if it doesn't go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move the right foot so it almost touches the left knee, and then we're going to bring that into that nice hip stretch, that figure of four hip stretch. So lovely, yeah. I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. When you're ready, you'll swap. So the right leg goes out, the left leg's bent, and then it goes over to that side. Left arm out and the gaze follows. Lovely, breathe into the stretch. Stretch out that spine, stretch out any tension. And when you're ready, we're going to place the left foot almost on the right knee and bring it back to centre in that figure of four hip stretch. Inhaling, and then exhaling. Inhaling, breathing easy now, and then exhaling. And then what we're going to do is just come to happy baby, hands to the sides of the feet or inside, and then just roll over to massage that spine. Massaging out anywhere that needs to be massaged. And then sitting up. So what I'd like you to do is, I'd like to take you through a really short meditation, but would you please keep your socks off for now? So if you get a blanket and a bolster, but just keep your socks off. And what I'd like you to do, if you don't mind, is just keep your legs bent and just place them on the ground in front of your mat. So in your own time, if you just take yourself down to a lie down position. So if you've got a blanket, feel free to get a blanket. If you're at home, please feel free to get a cushion. Just make sure you're nice and warm, but try and keep those soles of the feet on the ground. So lying down, relaxing and breathing gently. Let your body sink into the ground and into the earth. Relax the banders, relax the breath, the body and the mind. We're going to go through a short meditation, and this could be called earthing. It's where we physically draw energy up from the ground. So what I'd like you to do is start by just keeping your knees bent and tapping really lightly, but quite quickly on the floor. Just for 10, 9, 8, 7, try and do it a little bit faster, 6, beautiful, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now be still. And take a slow deep breath in. And then out through the mouth. In through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Take as many breaths as you need to start to feel calmer. Feel that you're now more aware of the energy transfer between your body and the earth. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let the banders go. Breathing in. Relax the throat and the teeth and the jaw. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out, relaxing your muscles. Now imagine invisible roots growing out of your feet, reaching deep into the earth, all the way to its core in seconds. Feel yourself rooted to that centre. Even if your feet have to move across the ground, wherever you go now, the connection remains intact. Imagine heat rising from the earth's core and filling your belly, warming you and lighting you up from the inside. Enjoy this sensation as you breathe in and out. Continue breathing and drawing warmth and calm up into your body. Imagine yourself exhaling some of that heat without exhausting the supply. The earth keeps you well supplied with its fire and electrical energy. But now you can draw it further up and exhale it as any anxiety, negativity, or agitation that you may feel. As you inhale, you feel a warm, glowing inner peace. And as you exhale, that negative energy dissolves away. It floats away. You feel strong, filled with light and warmth, unstoppable. And then we're going to come down into Shavasana. So if you'd like to put your socks on, please feel free to do so now. Find a warm place on your mat. And when you're ready, take yourself down. Okay, gently now start to wake the body up by wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. Gently rocking. Inhaling, rolling over to the right, and when you're ready,